Yeah, Brittany, she got a new job, so she's
I saw.
working till like 6:30, 7. Yeah, she starts at 10 though.
10 a.m.?
Yeah.
That would make sense, not 10 p.m. That'd be a long day.
Yeah. So, let's see, are we connected?
I don't have it connected yet with the HDMI yet. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it's not gonna work. You're gonna have to pay when I get home.
That's fine. Yeah, I know. That's what I was just saying. I just saw that. So a couple things that you've missed since you were here. These guys are just completely lost without you. I can honestly say.
I did nothing wrong. Nothing.
I did read the part in the recap where it was like, "Who's your de facto leader?" And I was like,
They're like, she's not here.
she's in her own world, and I was like, I am.
It's called Texas.
I just had me in playing.
So, but I am glad that you were back. You were missed.
Thank you.
Highly.
I will not be here next Friday, but the 25th, I'm
Okay.
back.
Yay.
So, the last week of this month, I am on standby. So, I may have duty on Friday. I don't know yet. I won't know until the week of. Basically, or maybe even the day before. So, just be keeping that on the heads up radar. A couple things. I talked to Adam.
Yep.
Yeah, talked to you about making items and stuff.
Yes.
So I did look those things over. I don't have a problem with them. I don't think they're too OP, other than what you're trying to do and how much material you're going to use. And that's all going to be, again, varied on what you roll for your stuff. I think that maybe you might be trying to take on a little bit a lot to build stuff, because you can only work on one item at a time to get your hours in, unfortunately.
I only have the one item, I think, planned right now.
I thought you were also planning on making. You had the shield and then you had the other item.
That was just a picture of the weapon that I already made for.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. I thought that was another item you were talking about making.
No, just the shield for now.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. All right, so welcome to tonight's Dungeons and Dragons session. I will be your dungeon master, as always. I thank you all for coming. No more headaches, right there, Tom?
Bro, I was like, no, there's no way. I'm not sitting in traffic like this right now.
Yeah.
That was so bad.
Yeah.
And I'm actually off for the next 3 weeks.
Oh,
I took a
nice.
vacation day next week.
Sweet.
So I should be here for the majority of the month.
Sweet. Nice. All right. Well, last we left our adventurers. Let's see who's gonna do the recap this week. Dove.
Well, so last week, after we had rescued the halfling and the furbolg and the other person from the bugs, we went back towards Midward and we let Francis off outside of town. And so we got into town, came all the way through, ended up at the guild with Cassandra and Owen.
By the way, I did give you the name of the guild.
So yeah, we ended up there because they needed to go back, and the the guild master talked to him for a little bit. Hadwin was a good group representative, and the guild masters mentioned that there was work for us because it's going to be tough for us to leave town, and we're like, well, why? And it's like, oh well, I'm not letting people out. You should have been able to come in. Because there's been sickness in the town with the green cloud and people are dying and we could use some help. So we decided to stay and get paid for it. And so went and took some baths and hung out a little bit. And also Hadwin has a new familiar.
Coco.
Aww. Totally rad. And so we did some shopping. Kaz got an enchantment put on his maul, and just some little shopping trip, and that's kind of where we ended.
Okay.
I think that was it.
Okay, cool.
Had one investigated getting a magical tattoo, but the
I want a
tattoo shop
magical
wasn't
tattoo.
up for it.
I want a magical tattoo.
And we could all get like
Yeah,
magical
as well.
tattoos together.
Well, you guys did some shopping. You guys bought a bunch of stuff.
I bought a
actually.
book and a spell scroll.
Yeah.
Got an awesome new weapon.
I got a new shield, and I'm not using them all anymore
I
right
wanted
now.
that long sword.
Swade made a new.
I mean, you're still in town.
After I went
No,
to
the
all,
one that
after having
found.
Yeah,
all
that's what
that
we
effort,
found.
Oh, the one you found.
Yeah.
Oh, the one from
The frog.
the frog. Oh.
Yeah.
after Hadwin went to all that
I saw
effort to get
finesse
that ball
added
back.
to it. I was like, yes.
I still have it. I just wanted to try out
Has it.
new AC,
That was the big thing I wanted.
No, that's okay.
but we can hold on to all
No,
those
no.
magical weapons that we have or items until we leave town, and then maybe we can
Yes.
offload some of them
Yeah.
because this is getting long.
Oh, and you do have a new a new adventurer with you.
Yeah, Owen's coming with us.
Yes.
I was working on her Hero Forge armored out version before I left.
Yes. Speaking of which, I do need to upload her thing to Discord, or from Discord to new Windows 11. Why did you move stuff around? Did I send that in directly to you? The pictures of Cassandra?
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, there. Perfect. Awesome. Cool. Got it. All right. So you guys are actually still in the guild hall. You guys were getting back in from a night of shopping. As everything was winding down, everything was starting to close up. Shops were starting to shut down. The only place that was still open was the magic shop that you guys had stopped by. It looks like there might be some pubs or areas down by the docks that are kind of opening up, and you can hear some revelry and yelling, maybe even a little bar brawl going on here or there. As you guys start to come out, what would you guys like to do?
It's nighttime now, right?
It's evening. It's getting about that time.
We've got an early day tomorrow, so
Better go drink.
enjoy that.
Yeah, we're all fresh from our baths and everything.
I'm still a little high, so I should probably.
I was gonna go to bed, but then I got high.
I would like to get a little dinner.
That sounds good.
Where would you like to go to get dinner?
What smells good?
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Oh, you just go back to the guild hall, right?
And I think since you are a beast-like creature, don't you get advantage on it?
I don't think so.
Don't you have like keen sense?
Maybe? I don't think that I do.
No, Leonin do.
I have primeval awareness.
Well, that's based off. That would be based off your race, not your class.
No. It's just my racial traits are dark vision and claw stuff.
I would say since you're
But Cat's talent, I'm proficient in perception.
I would say if you were trying to smell something, you'd have advantage on it.
Well, I rolled a not natural 20.
Alright. So as you're walking around, you can kind of smell a little bit of like seafood in the air. If anyone has ever been to Boston and you go down and they do like
Say it right.
Boston. Okay. They sit there and they do these like big seafood cook-offs in like outside the shops and everything like that over by the docks and whatnot. So you smell like just an overwhelming abundance of like crab and fish and maybe even some chowder going on. But Yeah, that's what smells good right now. It's
That's where
wafting-
Dev wants to
wafting
go.
From,
It's like
from
a little
the harbor
cartoon,
area.
like smell thing. It's like fun. She's like, oh.
Sway just sniffing there like, I recognize this smell. It's like the only food he knows is seafood.
Obviously from that pizza he made.
All right.
I'm done with work. Sorry.
So, who all's going with Dove and Swage?
I'll go.
Well, hope that's not stupid.
Basically everybody.
Seafood.
Split the party, split the party, split the party. All right. So as you guys start to walk from the town square down to the dock district, you can see that there are some shanty-looking houses and little shacks. But on the main strip, there are some really nice-looking bars. Some of which are, say, red light district area type stuff. But as you get closer to the actual wharf and the docks, you can see that they have these big pots and people are just standing around. They're singing, they're dancing out there as the sun is starting to set over the water. And everyone just seems like they're having a good time, drinking, eating, what looks to be really good food. You can see there's probably about 4 or 5 people at each of these pots that like have stands that are built up, and people are just lining up, ordering, and they're just handing them out. They're taking them, going back to these makeshift tables that they have set up out there for everyone to sit down and eat. Or you can see them just sitting over on the dock, kind of with their feet hanging off the side as they're jovially talking or fishing even, as this is all going on. So, there's 3 vendors. Looks like one has, looks like a bunch of fish. They have fish hanging anywhere from dried to raw. And then the other side, next to it on the right-hand side, you can see looks like just a bunch of crabs. Pots just filled with crabs, kind of brimming over and foaming. You can see a couple of them trying to escape, and you can see this little old lady just as she's hitting it with a little ladle, kicking them back in. You're not gonna get me today! You can see on next to them is another shop stall looking area. That one doesn't look like it has like fish or anything, but what you do see are these long like lizard or snake-like creatures that are hanging around, and they're making like soups and looks like little skewers that they have on like.
That looks like you. I don't recognize it, so you might as well. That's
I'd like to go to all 3 stands.
All right.
Let's stick with the crabs because I've seen them.
I want the soup.
You want the soup?
I want the soup.
I'm going with Holly to the crab
All right.
shop.
All right. So as we're just gonna say that you walk up with them to go to the crab first in the middle, and then you'll go to the other one.
anything but a lizard.
So as you walk up to the center stall, you can see their little old lady in the back just whacking away at these little crabs that are trying to come out. As you do, you can see in the front is a pretty big, burly-looking individual. He's big all around, not just tall. As you come up, hello! How can I help you?
Hello, friend.
Hi.
We'd like some of your delicious food.
Oh, it is delicious. I can contest to that. Oh, what would you guys like? I have crab done like this, and he pulls out a plate, and he has like just an assortment of crab legs. The shell's already cracked open, so you can actually like pick out the brains and everything inside of it, as well as he also has like a little bowl of soup to go with
I'll
it.
save you some.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Sir, which style would you like?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Do you want enough for everyone or just yourself?
Everyone.
I would like one order of crab brain. Just crab brain.
Oh, okay. And so he sits there and he makes up a huge platter and he hands it to you. And he sits there and he makes up this. He puts like 2 crab shells, backs, and everything. He cracks them open. You can just see him just.
When that happens, you just see Pele go. cringe internally.
He sits there and he takes this little like skewer thing and he like mixes it all together.
Like the monkey brains from Temple of Doom.
And he sits there and he puts them in like these little bowls and he hands 2 of them to you.
Yes.
And then for you,
I would like 11 male crabs, 1 female crab. In shell.
you want specific genders.
Of course.
Do they taste good like that?
Well, sometimes the females, they have too many raw eggs inside.
Oh no, we take those and we use those as garnish.
Well, I want the crabs closed up still. You have any like that?
Hold
I'd
on.
like to do the work.
As he sits there, he turns back and he yells, and you hear, "What do you want?" As he sits there and he asks her a question, and she's like, "Ah." She goes back and she pulls out this like little
You
chest.
know, they can bring him anything inside this female.
As he sits, she pulls out this chest and she has a whole bunch of crabs that aren't even sorted yet or done anything with. And she goes, she puts it out in front of you and she goes, "You choose."
Okay. So I look for all the difference in the crab is on the bottom of the
Yep.
shell. The females have like a triangular part, and the males
The
have
Capitol
like
building or the Washington Monument?
But does Sage know this?
Of course, that's the only food he knows is seafood.
All right. So you go through, you pick out the ones you want, and then how would you like them cooked?
Steamed, spicy, please.
Damn, spicy. The old lady comes up to you and she looks at you. Alright. And she grabs the crabs from you. She goes back and she pulls out a brand new pot. Fills it with what looks to be like this red, almost liquid water that she pours from this jug. And you see her just throwing spices in there, getting it all nice and hot. And as soon as it starts to boil, she takes the crabs and she throws them, and then you can just hear them start to sizzle as she does it, and closes the pot. And she goes, 10 minutes.
You know, I thought the biggest danger when I left college was going to be, dragons or monsters or something like that. Not mealtime.
It's weird food.
So after about 10-15 minutes, she comes back and she has this full plate. They are like blood red. They're probably the reddest crabs you've ever seen. They have like these little seasonings packets, like little pockets all over them. You can just see as she lifted them out.
They're blisters.
Yeah. And she sits there and she puts them on a big platter for you, and she brings it out to you.
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here slurping, watching it. You gonna eat all this?
For you,
sucking
ma'am,
up the juices.
it is only 2 silver. For you, it is 2 copper, and for you, unfortunately, 1 silver.
Unfortunately,
It would have been less if you had just asked for regular.
1 silver is fine.
I will give 3 silver in appreciation.
All right.
I'll just give a silver instead of a copper.
Okay.
I got confused.
I got confused. All right, and then who wants to go to? You want to go to the eel station next?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if I can do eel.
I want to go to the eel station too.
I'll go there too.
All right. So as you walk over, you can just see this really like lithe-looking woman just sitting there as you walk up, and she's just whack, just chopping the heads off of these things. And then you can just see her taking nails, and she's sitting there nailing the eel to the side as she starts to skin it and then pull the skin off of it. As she does this, what can I help you with?
Not bad.
Have you tried this? And she sits there and she like flops it in front of you.
You said she has
Get,
kebabs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I get 3 of the kebabs?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Would you like some like their I forget what's the word you guys call them. We call them squishy suctiony things.
Suction cups.
Tentacles?
Yeah, but they're on this like creature that has a big head that
An
blows
octopus?
off. Yes, those things. They
You
got
ha-
like 8 legs, right? Or 8
Yeah.
tentacles.
Yeah. You have some of those on?
No, but we take them and we mince down the tentacles and we make these little balls and we deep fry them.
Well, octopus balls.
You got like a little like
We call them
baggie?
octoballs.
You got a little baggie of those? Like how
I
many?
can make you a little bag.
Like a dozen?
Well, normally we just serve them in this little trays, and you can just eat them.
Oh yeah, that works.
Yeah,
I'll take 3 kebabs and a dozen of the octoballs.
Coming right up. Yusuf?
I'm gonna get 6 of the kebabs.
6 of the kebabs. Yeah. Does anybody want any soup? I have this fresh eel soup that I just made.
Yes.
Yes. Perfect. And
With, like,
she's sister.
1 soup and 1 kebab and 4 of those little round octopus ball things. Do eels have bones?
No.
Can I have one of the eel heads?
Sure.
Thank you. I'll have one of those too, please.
She sits there and she goes back, and you just see her. She's a
You do this on
one-woman
purpose,
army.
don't you?
She's a one-woman army. She's back there, and she is just doing everything to order. As she finishes your order, Pele, she hands it out. She's like, "You ready? Here you go. That's gonna be 2 silver, please.
3 silver.
Thank you very much."
Thank you.
She goes back
I like
and she
hold
starts.
like kebabs like this.
She sits there and she goes back and she starts making the next order. She's like,
Yeah,
"Oh, your
sure,
order's
we'll
ready.
rope the ropes,
Here you
too.
go. And that's gonna be 2 silver, please."
Okay, I'm gonna dig around in my bag, and then I'm just gonna pull out like a handful of money and just like slap it on the table, and it's probably like a whole gold piece.
Giant hand.
She sits there and she like picks through it and she grabs.
I'm already walking away.
She sits there and she finishes up the 3rd order and she goes, "Here you go. Your friend overpaid."
I'm sure he'd want you to keep it.
It's okay. I'm good. We have enough traffic.
Oh, okay.
All right. And then the next stall is the fish stall. Does anybody want to go to the fish stall?
Yeah, I'm gonna go there too.
There's got to be something.
Okay.
You just want like a nice fried flounder sandwich or something on real bread.
A
And fish
boy.
nuggets. Call it a day.
You go to this
I
next
had gator
stall.
bites
The
earlier
next
this
stall
week.
is has a huge cauldron sitting there, and it looks like they're stirring. You can see it looks like they have tomatoes. It's like this white, almost Alfredo-looking sauce that's inside this cauldron as they're stirring it. It's got carrots. It's got leeks. It's got like everything you could think of vegetable-wise. Plus, it looks like they're throwing in freshly minced or chopped up fish inside of it, and as they're doing it, the aroma is coming
It's not
off
like
of it.
heads of anything.
No heads, no heads. As you do come
No
up,
probes.
nope. As you do come up, you see this younger man who's standing there. How can I help you? What can I get for you guys? We have this nice soup chowder type substance here. We also have some fresh cheese that we can put over top of it. We do have some fish fillets that we've grilled with some lemon and seasoned with the sea salt, if you'd like. Or the only other thing we have is we do have some prawns. They're not lobster, but they're not really shrimp. They're like an in-between.
Swage wipes his mustache. It's got like crab guts and stuff all over. It's like, do you have any crackers or like citrus, like lemon or lime? Or
Yes, we do have some lime. What would you just want lime or?
just a few limes and some crackers or some bread or something.
Yeah, we have fresh bread that the baker made this morning. So you just want lime and bread?
And do you have any like smoked fish or fish jerky or something that will?
No, unfortunately, that would have been in town when the shop was open. This is all fresh cooked. We don't have anything that would be dried. We do have some fish that has been brined and ready for cooking.
I'll take a dozen prawns and the bread and the limes, please.
Very well. Anybody else?
I have some bread and some of that stew.
Excellent.
I'm gonna
Sounds good.
I'm gonna ask him to give me a few of the fillets, but don't cook them. I'm gonna give those to Jorge.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if he can take a. What is it? Could you just put it in a tankard? Convenience, the soup.
Oh yes.
I can just walk around and drink it.
Soup on the go.
I don't see why not.
That'd be great. I'll take one of those.
Perfect. He sits there and he grabs a bunch of stuff, starts cooking it. You can see he brings out the bowls with the soup. He takes your tankard and you just see him walk back up. He climbs up on this little ladder up where the thing is and he just kind of just shakes a little bit, let it sit, and he takes a little ladle and comes back down, puts it in front of you. He even gives you like a little slice of a heel of a bread to go with it. Comes back with your bread, lime, and your prawns as he's sitting there. Is this all together, or are you guys?
I'll take care of it.
Okay. So for the whole thing, we'll just call it 5 silver, and you're good. Perfect.
I want to order an assortment of items.
Also, you two
I want one of
weren't
everything.
here, but you could each
One of
have
everything.
whatever you already had
Is there
plus
any-
500
Have you
gold.
ordered one of everything?
What?
Yeah,
I'm a big girl. I'm
It was
hungry.
250 for escorting, and then another 250 up
Are there
front.
carrots
for
in
the
stew?
mission.
Okay.
Could I just have 3 carrots? Just plain? You just sell your carrots?
I don't sell the carrots individually. I'd have to see even if I had. We normally you see the big pot.
It's already made.
It's already made, but I can check see if we
We
do
leveled
have
up to
some.
5.
I would love it if you
I
could
know. I
check.
just
Give me
needed.
one second.
I can't remember
As he
what I
goes back,
rolled for
comes
my
back
HP.
a couple minutes later, and he holds up these. They look like carrots, but they're kind of scrawny. They were the ones that he couldn't put in the stew. He's like, "This is all I have left over." He's like, "I'd give it to you for free if you wanted, but I don't know if you really want to eat them."
They'll be perfect.
Okay, all right. And he sits there and he throws them on a plate.
She's eating grubs.
Hey.
You don't want no grubs.
Well,
Your
Next, we're
task
gonna
for
be
next
chasing
week's
some
wage.
waterfalls.
Your task for next week's wage is to write the whole song.
Yeah.
I want to hear no grub.
I totally forgot. What do I roll for my HP? Because I leveled up. I just didn't do my HP yet.
Okay, so for your HP is just your hit point die, and since you're a sorcerer, right?
Uh huh.
I think it's a 1d6.
Unless you're
8.
barding.
Is it
everything's 8 except wizard. Wizard was the only one.
Sorcerer is D6
Yes.
and bar and
Wizard-
my bard is
Wizard's
D8.
a 6.
Okay,
Rangers
so
are 10.
no, so she's. I was right. Sorcerer
Sorcerer
is
is a
6.
D6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which one are you leveling up? Are you leveling up?
I
Bard?
leveled up sorcerer.
Sorcerer. So then you roll a d6.
Just one.
Just one.
Cool.
All
That's
right.
what
And then
I
give me a
need.
second while you're doing that. I'll let this one out real quick.
The new Harry Potter movies.
What is-
One of the
Oh.
the characters in the Harry Potter movies can like read people's minds, and she said she has trouble understanding them if they're British.
Oh, the blonde girl, right?
Yeah, she-
yeah.
Yeah.
She switched sides at the end of the last movie.
There's a new Harry Potter movie.
They're
The Fantastic
prequels.
Oh,
They're pretty good. They're not.
I watched the
I really
first
like
one.
them.
I really like the
didn't watch
books, so the Harry Potter movies aren't my favorite because they cut out a lot of stuff. But the new movies where it's all like brand new stuff, I enjoyed those a lot.
I think they made those books kind of match a 2-hour movie versus the Harry Potter series, which was like.
Well, there are no books for the prequels. There's like
That's what I'm saying. Like, so it's just been.
yeah.
You know.
There's nothing that I like that they cut out. Like in
Right.
the last Harry Potter book with like the final fight at Hogwarts was so much better in the books than it was in the movie.
I didn't like how Harry just became like this OP character at the end of book 1, and then he reverts back to being a wimpy kid. Second book or second movie, and then it's just that trend continued throughout the whole thing.
That's pretty common for all that young adult fiction, though.
That's not true, because when you watch Percy Jackson and you watch the end of the first one and then you go and start the second one, he's still the same badass kid he was. He's learning new things and.
I've never read the
exploring
Percy
new
Jackson books, but in the movies,
But yeah, I read all the Percy Jackson books. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. I was like trying to talk.
I was trying to get involved.
things. Yes, those kebabs.
Oh yeah, my mage hand is holding up the octo balls, and then balls over here. So I'm just like,
I'm just gonna bulge to you and try to eat.
I'm cracking open my like 4th or 5th
Oh,
crab.
cheese?
every time I hear that crack,
Cheese?
Pele, or every time Pele hears it, she cringes.
Hey,
She's just like,
yeah,
probably
cheese.
doesn't notice.
Just do on top. Okay.
He sits there and he hands you like this little bag full of cheese. So you can sprinkle it on your chowder.
I'm just eating the whole kebab like one bite.
Sticking everything. Oh, you're not gonna eat the stick.
My beard's just filled with chowder at this point.
I'm gonna crack open one of the crabs and pick out all the meat pretty quickly and lay out a piece of bread and start pounding the meat on the bread. Squeeze a little lime on it, put another piece of bread, and offer it to Hadwin.
Thank you.
Give it a try.
I will.
I promise you'll like it.
Okay.
Spicy crabs.
Spicy.
Tart. Fiery crabs.
Oh, shit. Forgot about it.
If it don't burn, it ain't good crab.
That's true.
Alright. So, as you guys are mowing down, what do you guys want to do while you're sitting there? You can see there's people dancing, there's like music going on, people are drinking, there's a couple of vendors that have ale for sale. Doesn't look like they have a whole selection like they would at a tavern or a bar, but it looks like people are going up and getting some pretty big tankards filled.
Tankards.
I'm gonna finish my food and I'll go out and
Get
dance.
big average sized tankers.
So they have these smaller like cup looking ones,
Yes.
and then they have these ones they have engraved on it
Das Boot.
BAG on the
Big
side.
ass.
I just have one that's small. Please.
Bag? Just says bag on the side?
Bag.
You want to get you a bag of ale?
No, just one of the regular small ones.
I'm gonna spread out all my food, but I hear people are dancing. I'm just gonna sit there and just like
There's not enough room in the city.
I'll make it work. We'll stack things and I'm just gonna sit and be happy and just like pick little bits of whatever I want to eat and watch all the people dance.
Look at a bag of ale.
I'm gonna go
Double
dance.
fist. One powder and ale.
You come
need
up
two
and
straws.
you see this big Goliath standing at the counter. He's sitting there. He's got tattoos all over his whole body. As you
The
come up,
damn Goliath.
yeah. As you come up, he's like, "You look like you could use a pretty big ale, my friend."
Is he the bartender or is he just a guy there?
No, he's just
I'm
no,
gonna-
he's the guy behind the bar.
Oh, okay.
He's serving. So, what can I get for you?
Bag of ale.
Bag of ale. Hold on one second. He sits there. He grabs one of the mugs that he has hanging. Like you can just see, like you know where those box shelves, right? They look like boxes, right? And they're like tilted on their side, so they look like diamonds, right? And he's got like a whole wall of those, and that's where those cups are. He just pulls one out, and he sits there and he goes to the tap, and he starts pouring it. You can just see it come up, gets all foamy at the top. He takes his hand and just whoosh, swipes it off, let it finish rolling, comes back and puts it on the table for you. Here you go. That'll be 4 copper.
I'm gonna count out 4 copper and put it on the bar, and then that's it. I'm just gonna take it and walk away.
I want what he's having.
Are you sure?
Do you think I can't handle it? As
No,
take
I'm
a
just I'm
swig
looking.
of
I don't know if you're
chowder?
gonna be able to pick it up.
We'll see.
All right. He goes back, pulls another one, puts it on the table for you. Be 4 copper.
I give him a whole silver.
He takes it. This cup is literally about yay
Dwarf
big.
size.
By yay big.
It's Polly size.
It's like a small ale barrel for you.
Yes.
Like that joke in Parks and Rec where the child-sized drink is about the size.
Yeah.
So he's just too lazy to stand up, and so he's just gonna reach out for the alchemy jug and pick it up like this and be like, "Ale."
Turn alchemy into ale. All right. You said you wanted to dance.
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a performance check. I just imagine you dancing and then like, your mage hand still floating around with the octoballs, feeding you.
Two mage hands, one can hold a dip.
I got a 23.
At 23, yeah, you are like almost the life of the party at this point. Everyone's just watching you as you're dancing and eating at the same time. They're just like clapping, they're like chanting, they're like go, 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 go. Yeah, you got everybody enthralled right now. All right.
I'm splitting my hunk of bread with cocoa.
Okay. All right. Coco's eating, even though he doesn't really have to. He's just like,
Something to do.
Can you twin spell Mage Hand?
no, because it has to be an attack spell.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I don't know.
All right. So, as you guys are all sitting there enjoying the evening, You can see the sun starts to fully set as everything starts to go. People are still dancing and singing. Torches are starting to be lit along the wall. You can see the ships that are out there. Their lights are starting to come on. There's not a whole lot of ships in. Probably, I'd say a quarter of the marina is filled right now. Probably because of everything that's been going on. They maybe have deterred traffic, or maybe just people aren't coming in because of that.
Or there's a plague.
As you're sitting there, kind of just watching and enjoying, so you're dancing, you're drinking, you're eating, drinking,
Enjoying the dancing,
enjoying the
but not dancing myself. Just sitting there being like,
Eating and just watching everything.
Okay, so you're on the dock, right? You have the vendors that are sitting there. You have some vendors on the other side, and then you have seating kind of just everywhere, and some big areas that are just open for dancing on the thing. Who would probably be kind of like not really paying attention to the water side, but like looking towards the town? Who's not doing something? You would?
I wouldn't have stayed at the bar because the other Goliath was there, so I would have walked away. So I guess maybe Kaz would be looking. Just he wouldn't be anywhere near the bar, so wherever that's at.
Okay.
I'm too busy watching the dancing. Like, nothing else. There's no ocean back there or whatever. I'm just like,
Well,
yeah.
I'm paying attention to everything right here going on.
Okay. So you'd probably be the only one that's kind of like off, like thinking, not really paying attention to what everyone else is doing.
The thinking man's barbarian.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Eight.
An 8.
Just don't have Kaz do anything ever.
Alright. Kaz is just deep in thought. Meeting another Goliath in town kind of threw you off your game. You weren't expecting it. As you guys are all sitting there enjoying, you start to sit there and see some of the people down on the one end of the dock. They're sitting there and they're kind of just drinking and eating, talking almost. They just fall over.
Who falls over?
Does the crowd start to react to it?
Nope, no one's seen it yet. It just literally just happened. After a few seconds, you hear someone scream, "The Green Plague!" As you can sit there and see that person fall.
No, we couldn't have made it a guild hall, could we? No!
As you do, you just start to see this fog creep up out of the water and kind of just waft over the docks. And as it does, you can see some people fall over and some people it just washes through. As it does, it comes closer and is getting closer. What would you guys like to do?
Is there
away
anybody
from it.
near me?
Is there anybody near you?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's people all around you.
I'm gonna drop my drink and grab whoever's like closest to me, like one under each arm, and try to like run them out of the.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a grapple check. Because I just want to see if you could.
What do I add to that?
It's going to be your strength modifier.
22?
Yeah, you grab two people. You're just like, you just see this fog come in, and you're just like, nope! And you just grab these two individuals. They just so happen to be the vendors from the crab shack. The little old lady and the gentleman. You yeet this tall, huge man over your shoulder. You're just like, nope! You grab the little old lady, and you just start booking it into center of town. What does the rest of you do?
Swage roughly stands up from his bench, like scooting back real heavily and standing up with a crab claw hanging out of his mouth, and is going to turn on detect magic and see if he sees anything like magical about the fog.
Oh, the whole thing just lights up.
If I get them dropped off, I'm gonna like run back too.
Okay.
How big is that fog cloud? Is it like massively rolling out of the ocean?
Oh yeah,
Or
it's
like,
it's like a wave just coming out of the water and just starting to roll over. It's not moving super fast, but it is moving at a pretty decent pace. More so than a normal fog cloud or even something that like a normal like fog. In the morning is rolling. It looks like it is magically being moved as it goes through.
I'm gonna cast Warding Wind.
Okay. What does that do?
So Warding Wind is a strong wind that goes around 20. Strong wind of 20 miles per hour blows around you in a 10-foot radius and moves with you, remaining centered on you. The wind lasts for the spell's duration, which is 10 minutes of concentration. So I'm gonna grab whoever I can that's close to me on the where we were dancing, and pull them in with me, and then cast it. So it deafens you and other creatures in its area. It extinguishes unprotected flames in its area that are torch size or smaller. It hedges out vapor, gas, and fog that can be dispersed by strong wind. The area is difficult terrain for creatures other than you, and attack rolls or ranged attack weapons attacks have disadvantage if the attack pass in or out of the wind.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else?
Am I near people or people around me?
Yeah, I mean, you can see there's people now. They're starting to get up and they're starting to run. There's go ahead and make me a perception real quick. I'm assuming you're looking
25.
You're looking for somebody who's not like capable of really helping themselves at this point in time. You can see people starting to move, so you know there are able bodies. As you do, you can see there's 2 young children that were sitting there playing. As you do, one of them's crying. It looks like they lost their parent or guardian of some sort, and the other one is sitting there trying to comfort them. That is probably about 5 feet away from you.
All right, I want to cast Rope Trick.
Okay.
And try and corral them into my extra dimensional space.
Excellent.
With all the crabs.
I mean-
slowly backing away.
Okay.
I am going to just look for the shadiest, seediest alley I can find and run down that way.
Okay.
I'm going to look and see if there's anybody else, like she did, anybody who seems like they're having problems.
Go ahead and make me a perception.
My extra dimensional space holds 8. Who else wants to come in? I'll like poke my head out and be like, "There's still room up here."
16.
Yeah, you find a couple people. There's an older man. He can't move that well. Looks like he's in a wheelchair, trying to wheel his way, but of course people are bumping him and moving around. You can see there's a lady. Looks like she has a gimp leg, so she's not moving that fast. And you can also see what looks to be not really a person. But you do see an animal that is kind of like scurrying around. It's like weaving in and out. Oh, you can only see flashes of it, but it's kind of like it stops in spaces, and you can see like it looks to be like a little bit of blood. That's what you see.
I go over and I try to help the woman, support her and help her walk away from this. And I get
Come on, you're a strong guy. You trained under Kaz.
Under the strongest.
You should be able to lift that guy in the wheelchair like one-handed, right?
I get Coco to push the wheelchair.
Good job, Coco.
You just see Coco.
His little wings.
As you're like walking with this lady, like, it's okay, man, you can come with me. It's like, I get the shit into the
So does it
pushing
seem,
this old man. Do you know how he smells? You hear in your head.
does it seem like the fog is like taking the lowest area or moving kind of just unnaturally through things?
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of both. So like it literally came out of the water, like it rose, not like it came down like this. It just rose up out of the water, and then kind of floated, and then is starting to rise again, and then goes back down. Almost as if it's alive in some sense, as you can see when you're running away.
When I see the fog with detect magic, do I get any kind of sense that it's like the power level of the magic? Is it like something I'd seen before, or something like way stronger than I've ever seen?
Did you use detect magic when you met the creature on top of the mountain? On top of the
I think he used it
I don't.
on the particles left
I don't
over.
think I did.
I think used on the dead bodies that were left over, the green.
Yeah.
So I would say it's similar to the magic that you got off of the bodies, but not as powerful. Or the power level that was coming off of the bodies that were in like a stasis form. Those ones doesn't compare to this. This is like a whole nother level.
But is it a similar?
Yeah, it's very similar in the sense of like what it is.
How far am I from like the leading edge of the?
I'd probably say about 25 yards. So I mean, it's a pretty good distance.
Yeah.
It's literally just on the docks, kind of rolling over. You can see people on the ship starting to like fall over. You see some people that are like and they're like running into like getting into the ship down below or climbing on the mast, climbing all the way up.
So he'll swallow his food and close his eyes and pray to Gond and try to dispel magic.
Okay.
120-foot range.
Am I back in the square now, or the docks from the center of town?
Hold on. How far do you want to go to drop these people off? Like, what do you think is a safe distance?
Just to the center of town. After
Just
that,
the center of town?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'd probably say yeah. You're on your way back.
Okay.
They're on their own after that.
I mean, I was just trying to get them farther enough away they can help themselves. Like, I can't run them out of town. I'll just leave you guys there.
I'm Slash.
You're my new warhead.
All back to our shoulders.
He's like Cringer from He-Man. He can turn into like a big like mount for me to ride back.
Battle cat.
Battle cat, that's
I
right.
will love him and squeeze him, and I won't call him George.
Is there anyone else around that's like needs help or anything? Like pull into my space or anything? Or is everyone like kind of cleared out?
Yeah, everyone's running.
Okay, good.
Also, if I start to see the green vapor coming into my warding wind, I was gonna throw the space that has Chronos in it and drag the people in there.
Okay.
Yeah, because I still have that in my pocket.
Are these plates?
Yep. All right. So go ahead and make me an ability check using your spellcasting ability.
Okay. And with the prayer to Gond, I can use guidance,
You
right?
can use guidance. Yeah.
Just my ability, right?
Yep.
Jesus, that's cocked, but 10.
10. You cast the spell magic and you sit there and you see your magic. You've had enough time now to actually understand how Gon's power work in the sense of it channeling through you. You can feel his hand and his power go through you like a conduit as it goes through to dispel the fog that's in front of you. It hits the fog and then just gets repelled. Not like it bounces back or anything like literally it just gets like swatted away like it's a fly. Is what it felt like.
Figured that might happen.
Yeah.
So, in my little alley, my plan is when it gets about as close as possible, I'm going to take a deep breath and then just take the big tankard of ale and not breathe for as long as possible.
Okay.
That's my goal.
All right, Kaz. As you make it back to the area, you can see most of the people are clearing out. It is now actually getting to where everyone kind of was. Pele, as you sit there and have your wind going, and you have a couple people around you, hoarding them in this wind. You can see the fog, Kaz, as it just starts to whisk away around you. After a few moments, it just kind of encompasses the vortex that's around you for a moment, until finally it just kind of pushes away and continues to go around. As it gets to your pocket dimension, it gets through and just keeps going. It doesn't actually go into your dimensional pocket. As you're sitting there walking with this old lady and your monkey is pushing it, the fog is getting closer to you, but it hasn't reached you just yet. Let's see. I already talked about you. As you're sitting there, as it gets closer to you, it's
I didn't see it work. I'm gonna back
yeah, I was gonna say it kind of moves forward, and unfortunately, where Pele was and kind of just encompassing it, it kind of dispersed it a little bit quicker in certain areas, and it is now probably about 10, 15 feet away from you.
running back towards the guild hall.
Alright. As it gets closer to the alleys and stuff, you can actually see what looks to be like, as you can start to see some of it kind of roll on the ground in front of the alleyway. You can also see what looks like it climbing up on the side of the wall and jumping onto the next roof and kind of just willowing over before you take your big gulp. And
supposedly I can hold my breath for 4 minutes, so it's going to be one hell of a swig.
as the fog starts to continue to move, Kaz is getting closer to you. You see people leaving. You see this one lady who is leaving the fog area. She's just walking. She's kind of like in a daze as she comes out. Her eyes almost look like they're glowing a little bit as she comes out of the fog, coughing, and falls in front of you. You can kind of just hear her wheezing down there on the floor as the fog kind of continues to roll past her and get closer to you.
Can I see, Pele's tornado thing's all covered up now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Dove's thing's all covered up?
Yep.
I can see out of it.
Yeah.
Can I see Kaz?
Yeah.
Can Kaz get to me?
He'd have to run through the fog.
Okay.
You don't need...
Do you guys think we're vaccinated?
Show your
So they have a mask in.
We have the antibodies for this now.
Damn Pfizer.
Okay, are there any, I would assume there's buildings nearby. Maybe with, a balcony I can try to get up on, or...
Yeah, there's a couple of what look to be like fishing canneries, probably about a block over, that have what looks to be like a crane and has a balcony on the top area.
I'm gonna try to climb up there.
Okay. Alright, go ahead and make me an acrobatics check.
Hey, not terrible. There's fucking hell. 6.
6. As you go to climb up, you get about a quarter of the way up, and you find that your boots kind of get stuck on a part of the building itself, and you can't get the rest of the way up. As you get halfway up
Okay.
the building, the fog has now continued. What's interesting though is from where you're at now, the fog kind of is almost funneled, and it's going into the center of town.
Where he left those people.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll just hang out there on the side of the building. Hope I don't fall.
Guess I'll die.
Can I take out the what do we call it? The spyglass as I'm running and look over my shoulder at the cloud. I see a big face in the cloud.
I can't remember. Did we find out this demon's name?
Not yet, no.
Just that he's from this. He caused the spell scar, and he was a god.
He's working for the god.
The god that caused the spell scar. Got it. I was checking my notes. I couldn't find anything.
As you sit there and pull up the spyglass to look, as soon as you put it up to your eyes, you're blind.
Wow.
Cool.
Like that whole eye just gets hit. It's almost like when you wear night vision goggles and someone shines a light into it. That's what happened.
Okay. I'm gonna close that eye.
I love how they put the pepperoni one, the spicy one, in the wrong.
Yeah, I saw that.
They did.
Yeah,
I opened the box of some spice.
It's pretty good.
I was like, what the hell?
it's pretty good.
Is it really spicy?
You could definitely tell the
It's got
difference when you open
it's,
the box.
yeah, it's definitely got a nice little kick to it, but it's not like super spicy.
What is the holding your breath thing? Is it like your con score in minutes or something?
1 minute, plus 1 additional minute for each con modifier.
Okay.
And if you have a negative con score, it's 30 seconds.
I got 5 minutes then.
I got 8.
I have 4.
He said 1 minute plus 1 minute for each modifier, right?
Yeah, so like you
So-
have plus 8 to Constitution.
No, that's not how I understood it when you described it.
Yeah.
1 minute
The modifiers plus
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 1
2 plus
Okay,
3.
so 1 minute base time plus.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I have 5 then. Okay.
I'm like 8. How did you get a con score that?
I misunderstood.
Okay, I take that back. When you get to the back end of the, it's got a nice kick to it. All right. Oh, you forgot it. Yeah, those ones.
Spicy.
I have one other sequin left in there.
I saw it, but I was like, I want a spicy ginger ale.
Why is it spicy?
Because of the ginger. Damn those gingers. Hey, at least we got pizza this time.
Did you not
Way
get it
better
last
than no
time?
pizza.
No, last week, so we ordered and it was like an hour and we hadn't gotten pizza. So I called and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're waiting on a driver from DoorDash." And I was like, "But I didn't DoorDash." And they're like, "Oh, you didn't? Hold on. Oh yeah, so we're short on drivers, so we fished it out to DoorDash. So we're just waiting on DoorDash driver. Okay, cool. How long? Probably about 5-10 minutes. Another 30 minutes goes by. So I call back and I'm like, "Hey, what happened?" And then next thing you know, I get a text message saying your order has been canceled.
We have brownies.
All right. So, as the fog continues to roll through, probably a good 2 or 3 minutes go by as the fog continues to roll through, and then next thing you know, you can just see the fog kind of sink back into the ground and just dissipate and leave. As quickly as it came, it was gone.
I'm gonna gently drop down from my precarious situation.
I can't see it either.
Okay, bye, come on.
I have no perception. I'm just like looking around with one eye.
I'm gonna stick my head out of my little space and see that it's okay, and then help the people get down out of it.
Okay.
Once the 10 minutes fades, the wind will disperse.
The win for now.
Me and Coco are gonna leave the old lady and the guy in the wheelchair wherever we are at the time the fog stops.
Okay, we're done.
Okay.
Just keep
Turn around and
rolling,
go back.
rolling towards
But
the
I live
water.
on the other side of town. Not a problem anymore, lady.
They keep
You're
rolling
not gonna
towards the
get your
water.
wilderness back.
They roll off the dock.
I'll turn around and head back towards the docks.
Okay.
I want to see if there's anybody still down that I could like do a medicine check on and see if they're revivable.
Oh, as you come back, you can sit there and see that there's probably about 50 or so people. All right. There's about 50 or so people that are laying out on the ground, just on the dog side where you guys were, and then you can see on the piers and on the boats there's still more people.
I'm just go to the first one I see and kneel down and take out my medicine kit and see if I can figure anything out.
Okay.
And see if they're gone or
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
They're not gone. Just
gone.
Most of them.
I want to go over and join Swage.
12.
12. As you're looking them over, you see a lot of the similar aspects of what were in the room where you guys were found. The symptoms almost look identical. Their eyes are open. You can hear and feel heart still beating, but nothing's moving. It's almost like they're in a stasis.
Can we look at their pupils?
Mhm.
Do they have the same? Swage, look.
Oh man. I already tried to heal one of these before and it didn't work. Not going to work again.
What do we do with them?
Save them until we can do something.
Yeah, people.
Lay them out on stone slabs like we were.
I'm gonna come wandering back with this giant tankard empty, feeling a little full.
As he burps and like part of the gas flies out.
So it's the same thing. That sucks because we didn't figure out the last thing either. I'm gonna go check to see if the bartender's fine, and then return the giant mug and be like, "This saved me. Here's another gold."
As you go over to the bartender area, you don't see him.
Is he on the ground?
No, he's just not there.
He successfully climbed the side of the building.
Left people there to die.
So if there's people on the ground that are like sprawled out or weird, and like I start like placing them in a more comfortable position, like they're like hands on their chest
Recovery
or
position.
yeah, like so they're not all like flailed about in like weird positions, like kind of like get them, yeah, like in a stable kind of.
Sure. Pele, your 10 minutes is up. Your wind disperses.
And just like send the people out there. Saved. You may think, hey, like,
Thanks, cool lady.
Gee, Willie.
Their eyes are all big.
cool.
Like,
I tried to leave and got knocked over. Bow.
or like go over to the group and and like look at all the bodies and everything, and look out into the ocean. So. Anybody?
Squeeze.
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 Sketching the way the eyes look in his sketchbook.
Okay. Alright. As you guys are sitting there kind of messing with the dead bodies,
you know.
Just looking at them, checking them out.
you can see what
How's it
looks to
going?
be like city guards starting to come out. You can see one individual kind of out there. He's not wearing a helmet or anything like that. He's human, kind of big for a human though. As he comes out, he's barking orders, telling people go back to their homes, stay inside. They're going to take care of it. As he starts directing guards to start collecting the bodies, putting them on stretchers and taking them out after covering them, of course. Yeah.
Oi, don't bury these ones. We were like this once.
And if you buried any other ones, dig them up.
They're not dead yet.
You're like, what ones?
Poor Hadwin still has his own soul. I think we need to fill Hadwin in.
Did we not?
No, he just did we not?
Nope.
No? By the way.
We're dead.
Fun fact. Yeah, apparently, we've all died. But we got better. And now we're here. But, we don't have our souls anymore. We have someone else's. You know what happened to
Apparently.
ours?
We got Freaky Friday.
Yeah, so someone has our souls, but we have
But
someone
you have
else's.
someone else's souls.
But we don't know whose we have.
Well, we don't know if anybody has our souls either.
Yeah, we don't know where they went.
Leads to a little bit of recklessness.
You just,
I want to take good care of the one that I'm holding
how do
on
you
to.
know that you have a different soul than what you were?
How do you know you have a soul at all?
That's a good point.
I had to be
Good
told.
point.
You were told.
I was told.
Yeah.
That
You kind of have to understand that you have a soul because you go into a contract with Gond.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm saying you were told you have one.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like when you die, your soul goes to him and you become part of his great weapon that he
So
forges.
if you were dead, how did you get up?
Well, apparently not dead. Like, look at this one. Heart's still beating.
They're empty.
their soul, and like I'll like kind of kneel down and like get above one and just be like, their soul is like tethered to their body. It's like right here. Will you show them with the spyglass?
Oh yeah. Shorten the spyglass.
Look at the body.
Oh, you have to say this elven phrase. I'm not so good at saying it. Who else?
Batu, Veratu. Now the fall comes back.
Get a cough at the end if you don't know how to say it.
So you sit there and they tell you the phrase to say, and you say it. As you
I
do.
pulled back with a big black ring on my eye. Yes.
As you sit there and you look at the bodies through the spyglass, you can see what looks to be like this little green mystical haze that's sitting over top of it. Very small, very fine, almost like powder. As you sit there and you kind of look around, everything is covered in this like powder. You are covered in this powder. Everyone who was in the area, the only person who's really not is Pele. As she
The
was,
wind.
The wind.
The wind.
Wind goddess thing going on.
So now this shit may happen to me.
Did you breathe the gas in?
Nope.
You should be fine.
Did y'all breathe the gas in before you died?
We think
Don't
so.
know.
We
Not
don't
you.
I
remember.
don't know anything about
We
the
think
food
so.
design.
Witnesses say we did.
We could have had a nice dinner back at the guild hall, but no, we gotta go get fish.
All I know of before the fog was I ran up one hell of a debt.
Would an Arcana check do anything seeing this stuff?
Yeah, have you seen this before in your fancy magic school?
I'm taking a look.
Roll better than what I've been rolling. Rolled a 2 and a 4.
19.
As you kind of look over and kind of see the magic emanating from it. As you go to try to tap a weave to ascertain what type of magic it is. As you do, it's almost as if the weave strikes you, almost like a bite, as you go to touch it, and recoils in your mind. It's something far, far darker, far worse. Something that shouldn't be played with. Is the sense you get as you kind of recoil from this thing, and you can actually see what looks to be like an endless desert with like
Thank you. That
shadows
hurt.
kind of pop up in your mind as that spike hits you.
Ow.
Can I use a detect thoughts? Detect thoughts. It will allow me to concentration for up to a minute. So I can read thoughts of certain creatures. It works for about 60-foot range. So we use this spell to detect the presence of creatures, thinking creatures you can't see. When you cast a spell or use it as an action during your duration, you can search for thoughts that are about 60 feet. The spell can penetrate barriers, but 2 feet of rock, 2 inches of metal, other than lead, or a thin sheet of lead blocks you. You can't detect a creature with an intelligence of 3 or lower. And they need to make a wisdom save of 15. So I'm just looking to see if I can, like, detect the thoughts of the cracked dude. Cracked skin dude. The guy that was on the mountain.
Okay.
Or anything, like, talking about the fog, talking about the town, or, yeah.
Okay.
A lot of the people around me are dead right now, so I guess really anybody except for them.
I remember magic school bus and Phoebe. She's like, this never happened at my old school.
Shut up.
Or you could try to detect the thoughts of the unconscious people.
Do unconscious people have thoughts?
All right.
Do they think when you're unconscious?
So as you're kind of like searching through the area, you do
Unknown whether or not there's a
pick up a
mental
thought.
response in common because I can't really.
They can't tell you.
It's almost as if it's a conversation. Excuse me. But you can't hear the other end of the conversation.
Okay.
You hear, yes, everything went well. The experiment is moving along as planned. Soon, they'll be deposited at the church. And that's all you can kind of get as you can hear it kind of fading, as almost as if they're walking away out of your range.
It was the crippled guy and the old lady went. It was the crippled guy and the old lady went.
Did I recognize the voice?
No.
Okay. Alright, so I share the information with everyone and I say, so guys, I can read thoughts. I can read minds. I can detect their thoughts. To be like...
As you sit there and you say that, freaking Hadwin's little monkey's like...
He says that he's very, very tired. And he's tired of you overworking him.
He said you put.
I just.
And you sit there and you see him kind of just like lay back and he like pulls out a magical cigarette.
It's his break time now. He's got about 15 minutes to finish a cigarette.
You need rules, buddy.
You're the only one he can. You're the only one he can really communicate with.
Yeah.
They're just fucking with me.
Like Krusty Clown and the monkey off of
Yes.
Simpsons.
So I relay to everyone. I could hear that somebody. Why do I have a temporary hit point? I can hear that somebody is talking about an experiment and that it went as planned, and that soon everybody's gonna be deposited at a church. And I'll like kind of turn and like point at the Citadel, and just say like, "Is that a church?" This is a big building.
Who are you
We just
talking
got
to?
here too.
What?
We just got here too.
Oh, so we don't know if that's a church.
Does it look like
It's
a
a really
church?
big building.
Can I cast detector?
Pele was letting the party know what was going on. Hadwin did his Arcana check and got snapbacked. So, what do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna ask the town guard if we can help, like, move people to where they're going.
It's quite alright, Miss. We've got this. Unfortunately, this seems to be common
Yeah, I don't want to touch
these
him.
days.
But we got asked to help. The guild master asked us to help.
We do have direct experience with this condition. How many times have you seen this fog come through?
This is right now the third time.
Does it get steadily bigger and worse every time?
It seems to be constant, actually.
It's different.
It comes in different areas, though. This time was the water. Last time it came up over by the Elm Gate. Rolled right through, took out quite a few guards. And the time before that, it actually popped up right in the park.
What did you do with the people affected before?
Unfortunately, we only have one cemetery and one church to do last rites and funerals.
Where's the church?
The church? It's actually over here. It's this area right here, above Northtown. That whole area is nothing but a big cemetery and a giant church.
Is that related to the tomb that we heard about? It was in the. I'm sorry. I think it was the smoke knot. I don't know why I didn't write that down.
Or smoke, yes.
You're talking about the temple?
I guess I thought it was a tomb, but it may have been a temple. We just heard that somebody had been excavating or exploring or investigating something over there. And
Yes, there is an area over by the smoke knot where we found what looks to be ancient ruins of a temple of some sort, and people were excavating over there. Haven't had any sightings of the fog there specifically, but there is some strange things going on down there. They had to close it off due to a couple of workers gone missing, as well as some strange smells from the area.
Did any of these people ever come back?
Come back. No. Not that we know of.
So do you already have people that have passed from this as buried?
Yes.
You do realize all their hearts are still beating, right?
No, they're completely dead.
Give me your hand. You can feel all of them.
He sits there, he takes his hand, and you grab his hand and you put it on the chest, and he's sitting there and he's like, there's no beat.
But I feel the beating.
There is there someone that we can speak to in regards to this? Because we've seen this in a previous area, and the people aren't dead. It's a magical ailment. They're technically cursed.
The only person that I could think of that you could talk to would be the head priest.
Okay.
You could talk to Xander, but I don't know if he would have more knowledge on this. I don't feel nothing.
Is Xander the name of the head priest?
Yes.
I think we should go to the church. What time is it?
These are
We'll look up.
It's late in the evening. You're probably looking at now 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening.
Kaz doesn't have a good weapon on him right now, so before we go anywhere, I might want to wait until the
Yeah,
next
you
day
need to
so I can
tune
pick
to
up
my
my hammer.
Before we head out, or I don't know what we're doing, but I'm gonna kneel down and put my hand on one of the bodies and cast Lesser Restoration and see if it does anything.
As you go to cast it, again, that barrier just stops the magic.
I'll try to detect thoughts on some of the people on the ground.
Okay.
I'd like to, if oh, sorry, go ahead.
As you go to try to detect thoughts, it's just silence, except for the people around you. You can hear random things. Holly sitting there going, you can just hear like a little jingle in his head going round and round. Swage, all you hear is Dragon's Hammer, Anvil Forge going off.
Crab. Sounds like a good game.
As you kind of get close to Swage, you kind of get
Animal crab.
a glimpse, but it's almost as soon as you kind of feel like you touched his mind, it pulls away. Hadwin, all you hear is I'm the leader. I'm the leader. I'm the leader. As Dove is like, oh look, shiny.
It's a nickel.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Hey, you doing?
Okay, then sleep and then to the church in the morning. They'll probably have buried some of the people by that time.
Pizza
So make it a short rest. Or not a short rest, you know what I mean? Like
Is your mom coming?
An early start.
Yeah.
early start.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we're not flying about in the morning.
Right. What I do every morning. I wake up an hour early just to lay around and
You're
say
like, yep, I'm laying
I
around.
gotta gather my energy to get out of bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my boyfriend, he's like, oh, out. And I
I
was
can't
like,
do it. How do people do that?
I don't. I wake up at 5 o'clock and drink a 5-hour energy and go back to sleep until it wakes me up.
What I like to do is I get the George Foreman out and I put some bacon on it and I start
tastes good. It's good for me.
I'm like,
Put ice on your foot.
I have a true autopilot mode. Like, I can wake up and you could have a full-blown conversation with me. I have no idea what's going on.
That's a hate
Like,
crime.
I am just on pure.
I don't think that's what a hate crime is. Well, I hate it.
Waking up with calls in the middle of the night. There are half the time, like, I'm driving.
So as you guys are gonna go to sleep, or okay,
I want to sleep in the carriage because I'm nervous.
okay,
I'm gonna sleep with Dave.
okay.
I'll stay in the guild.
Yeah, like, how late at night is it? Is it like, it's like wee hours? Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to go down there briefly to the forge in the bottom of the
Yep.
bottom of the guild hall and just introduce myself to the
Okay.
forge master.
Alright. You go sleep in the carriage. Espador is not there.
Oh, before I go to bed, can I give 2 of my scrawny, terrible carrots to the horses?
Yeah. They eat it, and after a few seconds, you see like shoot up.
Back out.
One of you just see it like flop through what's supposed to be their stomach and chest area. As they don't have any real bodies, and that's just an illusion.
I'm gonna scratch the little noses and say goodnight.
Okay.
We'll sleep in the guild hall.
Okay.
Or should I say I'm going to lay there and stare at the ceiling all the rest
Okay.
I want the top bunk above Hadley.
As you guys go into the guild hall.
I'm not Harderman, I'm Hadley.
As you go into the guild hall, you can go on the left-hand side. There's a entranceway that leads back into what looks to be like a huge sleeping area. Just bunks, like double bunks, going through, and then there's another entranceway that goes a little bit further back, and then from what you can tell, there's maybe like a small kitchen or something further back in there. As you see some dishes that are kind of like piled up near the doorway. As you guys go in there, you're able to pick a bunk. Nobody's really gone to bed, as most of the guild members are still in the living area, I guess the front area. I don't know what that is called. Yeah,
Common room.
yeah.
Human monkey.
Gryffindor or Hufflepuff?
Slytherin.
You're welcome. So, as you go to bed, go ahead and, here, I will have you, let's see, I know I have some, there they are. There you go. I'll let you flip. You call it heads or tails. Heads are, the Kraken, tails are the one.
Heads.
Tails.
Okay, so you win, you get to choose top or bottom.
I'm not going to sleep under him. You could be power bottom. I could be power bottom because I'm harder when that's before name.
You can be whatever you want to be.
All I can see is that part in the Step Brothers where it's like, I am a man! And then the thing falls on top.
I added that Hardwin joke into the write-up.
I read that part. I choked because I was taking a drink when I was reading it, and I was like, what? I was like, his name. This
Wait a
isn't
minute.
right.
Where's my monkey going to sleep? Where's my monkey going to sleep?
Oh, he curls up right next to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just went to my own bunk. Didn't even bother with them.
Yeah.
So
You
you
just
went
find-
to buy a corn dog?
No, he went to his
More things on sticks.
Everything's on a stick around here.
Obviously.
except for grubs.
We're actually staying in a brothel.
They're juicy and delicious.
Grubs.
Alright, as you go down into the forge area, you go down there, there's a gentleman that's down there, he's a human, he kind of looks like, he has the appearance of a dwarf, but he's human. He's got this massive mangy beard, hairy ass arms, which is kind of surprising considering working in the forge, most people lose a lot of their hair around their forearms and have patches missing in facial areas just because of working with the hot forge, embers and stuff. But a very towering individual. As you come down, you can see him. He's sitting on the bench, sweating from the day's work, drinking what looks to be like a very, very refreshing glass of water. As you come down.
Good evening, sir. As I clank up behind him in my full plate, eating a prawn.
I don't think you're
Where
supposed to
do you
be
have
back
these
here.
prawns all this time?
Oh, Santos upstairs. Harville. He sent me down. I left him with some things earlier today. He said you could use some work. I left some shattered
Ah, you were the one
long
who
sword.
gave me.
Kind of some crap, but I told him to surprise me.
Well, I've been forging all afternoon. As he stands up and he kind of walks over, he pulls out what looks to be like some of the scale mail that you had given him, and the broken swords. As he kind of has them, you can see on the other side, though, he has something that's starting to hammer out. It actually looks quite interesting. It looks like he's making what looks to be like a helmet of some sort with the material. He's got part of the face plate kind of done. He's got these like really intricate looking pauldron collarbones that kind of protrude out a little bit, almost giving it like a flare collar.
The Elvis head. The Elvis head.
Yeah. As he's doing that, you can kind of see the rest of it starting to take shape. Even though it's kind of in its rough form, you can see that he takes his time, and he's been meticulous on how he does stuff. If it doesn't look right, you can tell he's thrown pieces away, or just remelted it as it wasn't good enough. You can even start to see where he's got lines kind of drawn out for doing like an engraving of some sort on the helmet as well.
This is an amazing piece of work so far. You did this all today?
Yes. I don't know. Did you ask for something in silver too?
No, I don't believe so. I left Harville with 25 gold pieces and a shattered longsword and a shattered set of scale mail.
Yes.
And I said surprise me, just because I'm going to use it for, materials for building my own things, but my pack is so heavy I can't carry all this stuff.
Well, I was building this nice helm.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Kind of saw something similar in a town that I was in a while ago, and thought if I ever had the material, I would try to replicate it. I don't know if I'll be able to have the awe that it had when I first saw it, but I think it'll do nicely.
It was pretty awesome to me.
Well, thank you. So
Take your time, no rush. My name is Swage, by the way.
Okay.
New in town today.
So, are you also a smith?
At times.
At times, aren't we all? The common work keeps me busy as much as my customs do, but at the same time, I kind of enjoy just kind of making stuff.
Same. I have not had much time in the forge since I've been on the material plane. It's only been a couple of weeks.
Material plane? Where were you before?
Oh, place between places, place out of time, astral plane.
Places in between places.
It's not really even a place, it's a realm of thought.
I don't know of this astral plane. I've never heard of it. Is there good material there?
No. Mostly just floating corpses of deities and whatever the gift bring back from material plane raids.
Interesting. And the Gith, you say?
Thank you.
I've never seen one of them.
Pray it stays that way.
I hope so too. Well, what can I do for you?
Looking to maybe do some work over the next couple of days, maybe week or so. Would I be able to join you here in the forge?
Well, I only have the one kiln. But yeah, you're more than welcome to use it.
I use the forge in Pine Chill. I don't know if you know the town or Flame Tongue, who is a Red
I don't
Dragonborn.
know.
I gave him some money for using the forge. I could do the same for you.
No, this is run by the guild. We don't. If you want, what you could do is make an item, and we can sell it.
Oh no, I don't want to sell. I want to make something for myself. I've only made some trinkets for myself, really, and I smile, show him the silver grill in my teeth.
It's quite interesting. How about this? Then how about we share the work that I have for the city? I have to make some horseshoes, and I also have to make some farming,
One more last pizza. Lots more.
like sharpening and stuff like that. Could you do that?
Want some more?
I could, maybe.
There's one more last pizza.
I have this idea for shield, and I think it might take me 5 days, 8 hours every day to make.
Okay.
I may
So
have an
you work
hour
your
to
8 hours
spare.
on your shield, and then the 9th hour you do sharpening or you make horseshoes.
This is good. I can do this.
Alright?
This is good.
Very well. We have an accord. And he reaches out his hand to go to shake yours.
And grasp him by the forearm and
Yep.
give him a strong shake.
As you give him a strong shake, he kind of, even though you're kind of a big guy yourself, when he shakes you, it's almost like your whole body kind of shakes.
The body shake from Just Friends.
Yeah, just as he does that, and then he turns around and, I have to finish cleaning up.
I'm sorry, did I catch your name?
No, you did not. Yeah. My name is Hammerfell.
Sorry, what?
Like
Hammerfell.
right before you.
The first name?
Our ghost passed.
No,
I
no,
guess.
just Hammerfell. Everyone just calls me Hammer.
Calls you Hammer. I like that. I only have one name too. It is Swage.
Switch. I like that. Easy to remember.
I am told it means shaker of metal.
That's what hammer means.
We have an accord. Then I turn around and head back to the bunks.
We have accordion.
Honda.
As you start to walk away, all you hear is ponda, 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 ponda. Alright. So, as you go back upstairs, you can see there's a couple of guild members sitting at one of the tables talking, kind of with a concerned look on their face. As you also see, coming out of the guildmaster area, you can see Cassandra and Owen coming out. Cassandra talking to Owen as they start to head up to one of the upstairs balcony areas.
I guess I'll try to flag them down real quick.
Okay.
Jog up to them.
As you go to flag them down, Cassandra. Yes. Swage, wasn't it?
Correct.
Yes. You were making something with the tongue of that weird creature.
Froggy Hemoth Tongue Whip.
Yeah. That was
Say that
quite
3 times fast.
I couldn't even say it 1 time slow.
quite disgusting, but interesting. What can I do for you?
Were you aware of another cloud incident?
Yes, unfortunately, that's what we were just talking with the guildmaster about. He really wants us to start investigating the area. Once you guys go, we'll set up, the rest of the guild members will set up a perimeter to make sure no one else goes in or out, to make sure that you guys have full support of the guild. So if you do need anything, you'll be able to come back out and we can provide support if need be. But from what I understand, that the fog didn't come from the same area as last time. This time it came from the docks.
Straight out of the water.
seems like it just comes out of different places. This is now the third time this has happened.
We saw the same thing in Sedan, up north.
Interesting. Was there any way that you guys, I mean, you're here, so did you guys figure out a way to stop it or prevent
We
it?
figured out the way to defeat it, I guess, because we were among the dead. Now we're not.
Did somebody revivify you, or did they
No idea.
wish you, or
We woke up on cold slabs in a city hall. And then we were told we were going to be sacrificed for waking up, so...
I mean, it is kind of a backwards town, you know, out in the middle of nowhere. I can see how.
Sacrificer became sacrificee, heads rolled, we left.
Interesting. Well, we don't do sacrifices here. Just
Yeah.
FYI. But it seems like most of the towns lately have been kind of on edge. It's not just here. A previous town that we were in also in Pine Chill. It's kind of on edge. Something dark and nefarious was going on there too. Now we get here and this is happening.
Yes, we came from Pine Chill as well. Anyway, better get some rest. Got a big day tomorrow.
Lot to do. Lot
Oh,
to
and
do.
make sure you get your 8 hours. We need you tomorrow.
She just looks at you and kind of just smiles and nods.
Okay, I'm gonna go find the bunk. Go to bed.
Alright. As you start to walk away, you see Owen. She sits there and she starts doing this with her hands and moving, and you can kind of see her mouth move, but you don't hear any words. And then you see Cassandra. Yes, I understand. And she starts moving her hands as well.
And Swage probably doesn't recognize anything that's happening. I'll probably make some
With
gestures that don't
comprehend
make any
languages, would I be able to understand? Because is there any languages that I can see?
I thought it was written or spoken.
That's what I'm thinking. I was like, comprehend,
When mom is done, she'll figure it
the
out.
duration you understand the literally meaning of any spoken one. Understand you also that you could see. Yeah. So it's written language, and I have to touch the surface of it specifically if it's written. So I would never understand sign language unless I learn it.
It'd be a good thing for us to learn. Silently communicate. Like the drow have their...
I've been thinking about that for a while, that we need a way to communicate without other people knowing it.
We could just use like diner speak. We got 2 fish fries. We got some hot daddies coming in.
Well, we have a food truck. We're gonna open a food truck so Swage can create food and drink. So we'll have to like have our.
You guys need to adopt CB speak. I'm coming in nice and hard and long. That's a big 10-4 there, good buddy.
Hard win.
Longfellow. Or what was it? Woodfellow?
Hey, Dub. And I don't say anything out loud. I'll just like speak to you. I learned a cool trick, but I'm not talking. It's just directly.
And like my ears are gonna perk up. I'm gonna be like really excited.
Now you can think back.
Is it the grubs?
Crap.
I'm gonna think, hey, like I learned a cool trick too.
And I'll like say it back in your head.
Oh well, you
Whatever.
know about my demon, right? Cause you were here. Okay,
Yeah,
so it's not a cool trick anymore. Oh
No, but it's a cool trick. You can talk to her now.
I can tell like I'm learning to talk to her, and her name's actually not Waffles. It's Sylvie. I was wrong.
What language does she speak?
So Estefanor is teaching me how to speak devil. So it's like a slang of infernal, I think.
Is that like primordial?
No, infernal and primordial, they're similar, but yeah, and devil is like the slang version of infernal.
It sounds like this. I learned a poem.
I'll I'll like speak back in like primordial, and I'm just like.
Somebody joins in an abyss.
Just go back and forth.
Just make little roaring noises at each other mentally.
I'll look around the cabin and I'll just go, God, it's just us. It's like a slumber party.
All I can think of is that scene from Hotel Transylvania 2 where it's like the monster dance off.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh my
No, I
God.
did. I watched it with my nephew. I remember.
Yeah, at the very end where he's like, "This is what we have to play."
I watched that movie so many times with my nephew. He'll like get on a trip and he's like,
I watched the new one.
I haven't seen that.
And it's not as good as the other one. Like, I was hoping for more.
Yeah.
Because they turn him into a monster, and then everyone else turns human. So Drax and everybody else turns human, except for his wife, and he turns into a monster. And so they're trying to bring him back to being a monster and turn them back into being, or turn him back into human, and then him and
Them back into monsters.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It was okay, but it wasn't as good as the original.
They never are.
No.
Never are.
Well, the second one was, I think was as good. I
Yeah,
enjoyed the
it was noise in the background most of the time with my nephew. I was like, yep, it's on. There you go. And I'll like be there with him, but like working.
Yeah.
Okay, so sleep time?
Yeah, I'm gonna look around and notice that we are by ourselves, and I'm gonna laugh.
All right. Did anybody want to do anything before you guys close out for the night? Go to sleep.
I just want to make sure the area I'm sleeping in is secure.
You know what?
What happened last time?
I don't know. I feel really weird. I think I'm gonna take a walk around, just kind of clear my head. It was a weird night, or it was a weird day.
Do you need someone to go with you? Or do you feel safe by yourself?
After the green cloud, I mean, you know, anything can happen. But I don't want to stop you from your sleep. But I don't know, something's off, and I don't think that we should just go to sleep right after all those people died from the clouds.
I'll go with you, and I'll put my little cloak on.
All right. As everyone else goes to sleep, you two take a little stroll around the area. There's not a whole lot of people out. You do see some guards running around. Mostly them carrying torches and what looks to be like stretchers. You can see shadows from the lights of people carrying, bodies on stretchers over off into the distance.
That voice talking about the experiment going as planned. It's gotta have to do with this green cloud. And the only person that we know that like really does experiments was Xerxes.
Certus.
Yeah.
Where do you think he is now? What do you think he's up to? Being a jerk somewhere else?
Or he could be the one that caused the green cloud. Working for
I got my cherry hat, Mom.
whoever that god's name is that's not a god anymore.
My fur's gonna go up a little bit.
I'm just gonna
When I
say
think about that guy.
He who should not be named.
Voldemort.
That is now his name. Canon. No, just trying to like while we're walking around, other than like the guards and everything, just like perceive anything like out of the ordinary. I'll use detect thoughts again to see if I can like hear anything.
All right, go ahead and make me a perception check.
I use that dice already. Oh. Yeah. I think it's an 8.
Can you do this?
No, it's a 6. Of course.
As you're
Remember to breathe.
What?
Remember to breathe.
no, as you're kind of
Can you do this?
looking around and kind of trying to detect thoughts, nothing really happens. Unfortunately, no. Brazil, that's enough.
Bad roll reminded me. The only one I haven't gotten your new dice yet.
Oh, heck yeah. Thank you.
Oh, those are cool.
These scream pale eggs. Exciting. This will be my next roll. Okay. So not seeing anything, not hearing anything. How far are we from the church from where we are right now?
Oh, from the church?
Yeah.
You on, let's see. Oh, they changed all the icons too.
Okay. My bad roll reminded me. Oh shoot. Where'd you go? Oh, you're right here.
Which district was the guild hall?
Middlegate. It's
in the south end.
yeah, it's like over here.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, so you guys are. Yeah, we'll say about 450 miles. No.
Heard that.
Yeah. No, I'd say you're probably about 50 miles. Yeah, it's a pretty big city.
Okay, yeah, then after just like trying to like walk around, and if we don't hear anything, see anything, let's go back to the carriage.
And then I want to tell you while I'm walking, I want to say, I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier, but thank you so much for my spell scrolls. I'm super excited. I haven't used them yet, but I'm excited to give them a try.
Yeah, I know that you really wanted to dabble in some magic, so it was a good gift. And then like Taylor's gonna get really awkward.
I'm gonna ask, can I give you a hug?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a big hug. I'm gonna pick you up your feet off the ground a little bit too. I'm gonna take you back down.
Oh. I think that was like my first hug. Not like first hug, but like first hug.
Well, glad I could help out. And then I'm gonna say that, like I've been watching you dance and everything, and I've never danced, but like, I've been like running through the jungle my whole life. Like, could you teach me how to do like flips and shit?
Yeah.
I can do some of this stuff, but like I've never really thought about it as like a artistic kind of thing. I thought it was more of just like a escaping kind of thing.
It's very similar. Like think of it when you're dodging an arrow. You're dodging an arrow. If you can dodge an arrow, you can dodge a ball. When you're dodging an arrow, and you're moving your feet, instead of taking a step, just slide. And
lift.
Right.
Can
Cha-cha.
I try and do a handstand?
Sure, go ahead and make me an acrobat.
Look what I can do!
Maybe.
Look what I can do.
I rolled a 10.
Plus.
A 10.
So you do like, like when you see those like kids that do like the half cartwheel.
Like Creed nails and start with like that. That's all I have to do the whole year.
All you hear is, look what I can do! And she does like this half cartwheel.
I'm gonna stand up. Ta-da!
I'm gonna say awesome effort, but you wanna like center because what you're doing is you're putting a lot of your weight still in your feet, and you want to kind of center your weight in your core.
I'm just gonna like start looking at like what my core is.
Like right here, like right in your diaphragm. Just like center your energy and your weight right there, and then I'll like go and make a handstand. Hopefully.
Alright, go ahead and make your acrobat.
Hopefully we're just getting all these out
Take your dice.
That was a 9.
As you also have cartwheel, you're like this.
They're 10 grams of the food.
I think I'm really like tired and like ate just a bunch of the eel in the morning.
Okay, that sounds
We should really get some rest. It was a long day. A lot of people are dead.
okay. Yeah, let's go back and get some sleep.
No reason to do a cartwheel right now. People are dead.
And go back to the cart,
Alright.
carriage, and go to sleep.
And you go back to the carriage and go to sleep. You all get your full rest. You awake the next morning. The ones that slept in the guild hall, you awake to smells of bacon, sausage, boiling, like not really a stew, but like a boiling beef broth coming out. You can also smell what seems to be like bread being baked as well. Yep. As you two are sleeping in the carriage, you all awake to the carriage door being closed shut. Not super hard, but enough to kind of like rock it just a little bit. As you see Esfador coming in, he's kind of like staggering a little bit. Oh, hi. I did not expect you all to be here.
You have a good night?
Morning.
Oh, is it morning?
It is.
Oh.
For us.
Well, could we not talk too loud?
Sorry.
Did you have a good night?
I had a most egregious night, I must say.
Did you see the green cloud?
No, I saw a different cloud, but that's
What kind
a
of
different
cloud
story.
did you see? Did it kill people?
No, this one was a cloud that made you feel very nice.
Oh, that was not the
It's
same
slaying,
cloud
but
we
it
saw.
didn't kill anybody.
Was it like cloud 9?
I don't know what that is, but it was definitely a very enjoyable cloud.
It's better than cloud 10. I mean, better than cloud 8. Well, thanks for opening that door and waking us. We
gotta go investigate our own cloud.
Well,
not an enjoyable cloud.
Yeah, not cool like your cloud.
oh. Well, if you do need anything, by all means,
Shoot somebody else.
catch me in the morning. Oh wait, it
It
is
is
morning.
now. Well,
In the evening.
all right.
I'm gonna go lay somewhere over there.
Go get some sleep.
As he goes and he like stumbles and like kind of, I'm okay, okay. You humans have weird habits, I do say. When he walks by you, you can just smell the aroma that comes off of him. It is like a very opium type of smell. Just permeates from his body as he walks by.
Dragon.
It's almost got like this nauseating ammonia smell too.
Just kind of like usher him. Just go get some sleep. God.
Can I tuck his little blanket over him when he lays down?
Yep.
His little blanket over him. See you later.
Don't become a drug addict. We need you. I don't know why I can't get rid of this temporary health points that keep popping up. Stay gone.
He wants you to have it.
Right? I mean, I'll take it. It's one. It's one.
All right. So it is morning. Breakfast being served in the guild hall. Full spread. It's basically a buffet. You see people bringing out plates and trays and stuff, putting them out. That's enough.
I'm gonna run in and like try and find our group and just say, "Take it to go," as I like will grab like a piece of bread.
No.
I gotta go. Take it to
We can
go.
wait to eat.
The dead won't rest.
We're already resting.
Yeah, but they're resting on the ground and they're still alive, so that's a small concern.
They've already been
going
put in the ground.
anywhere.
What does it matter?
I want to go up and see if I can get a to-go cup of bone broth. Whatever beefy broth is
Okay.
brewing in there. I want to get a to-go cup.
As you sit there and you ask for a to-go cup, they kind of look at you weird and they sit there and they rummage around in the back.
Put it in a bread bowl.
Tankard.
Put it in a bread bowl.
No, they come back with a flask
Oh shoot.
and they fill it, or not a flask, a water sack, and they fill it up with this beef broth and they cork it and they're like, here you go.
Does it look like my other two water?
Yeah.
Is it
I'm
nice
gonna
and
drink
warm?
all this holy water.
Nice.
How much for the broth?
You did that for your kid.
Love it.
I don't
That's
have
another
one.
reason we should have eaten here last night. Are you hurting for catching that?
Not at all.
It's hurting
I'm
for
hurting for
safety.
inhaling green goo gas.
Hurting for
Once you
safety.
die once, you're not that worried about it.
I haven't yet.
I can
Yes.
help that. I can stab you again.
I want to take.
Careful. He'll be hard when he's angry.
You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
I'm not gonna let that one go down, huh?
Do what?
I'm not gonna let that one go down. Are
It'd be hard. If it went down.
We're only gonna worry if it doesn't go down for 4 hours.
Switch!
Mama got
Go down.
I got a hard win.
Dizzy, lightheaded.
Okay. You can die. If it lasts longer than 4 hours. That's true. Maybe.
Smile with agony.
I'd rather they do anything else.
Alright.
I want to take. Is there fruit? I want to take an apple. I'm going to take some bread, and I'm just going to keep taking things until Pele drags me away.
I like see like
A little.
Okay, you're good. Let's go. I like grab my bread, rip it open, and then like punch a hole in my
I'm kind of going to sit down and eat my breakfast.
Hadwin, let's go.
Wait, you need to wait. I don't have my armor up yet. It takes 10 minutes. I need some help. Somebody grab these pauldrons. It's too heavy.
I'm gonna
I will attempt.
actually get them up
Let me
there
get down on my
while they're finishing Slade and Hadwin's finishing his breakfast. I'm gonna finish mine and I want to go
was gonna pick
and
you
get
up.
my hammer.
Okay. It's on the way.
It's on the way there. Okay, then I'll wait then.
Ready?
I assume I tuned to my weapon like over the new weapon I got. I can tune like a long rest or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
Yep. I attuned it to the Brontanus blade.
Alright, give me a second. Let me let them out. So,
Puppy dog.
as you guys start making your way towards the temple, Hadwin being pulled away a little bit earlier than he'd liked from his breakfast. He's still kind of got a plate with him as he's kind of like eating it as you guys are walking.
And him a cold prawn.
Pocket prawns.
Water ball. Water grub.
Crawdads.
Is Owen with us?
Hmm?
Is Owen
No
with
one
us?
went and got her.
You better
I'll
turn
go
around
get
real
her.
quick.
I'll run back.
I can always come with her when I finish breakfast.
As Dove, as you go up, you kind of look around as you come back inside, looking for. You don't see her, but you do see Cassandra getting food from the buffet line.
I walk up to her. Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Cute, fluffy person. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names.
Cute, fluffy person's fine with me. Anyway, where's Owen? Owen.
Owen?
Yes.
Oh, I think she's still in her room. If you want, I can go back and go get her for you.
Could you? We're ready to go to go do our
Oh, you
investigation.
guys are already ready to go.
Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. We're ready to go.
All right. Well, we'll get the guild to start making a perimeter around the area, the ruins, so you guys can get down in there. Do you guys need to take some time to prep before you guys go there, or?
Well, we already left.
Oh,
We're there. We're on the way, but we forgot Owen, so I came back.
so
We're very prepared. We're just so excited.
very.
Obviously.
I'll go get her real quick.
We're so
You
excited.
shouldn't let them do it.
She sits there and she like takes one of the freaking legs of the chicken off as she goes back and she's eating it as she goes back to the room. A few moments later, you see Owen come out and she's kind of like putting the rest of her armor on, and she comes out and she gets out and she takes her sword and she puts it in her back.
I'm just like, woo.
And she's kind of like out of breath because she had to rush to put her armor and stuff on. You can see the chainmail is kind of like a little off.
A little askew.
Yeah.
Hit her with the tongue again.
Yeah.
And if you taking time to sit and eat breakfast, she can win ready.
I'm gonna ask her, would you like to get some breakfast before we go?
She looks over at the breakfast area and she grabs a small jar of honey, some fruit, and a piece of bread. And then she's sitting there and she's like,
So I'm gonna close my eyes and think really hard to Pele that like the city guard is gonna come out there and set up a perimeter because I don't know how the spell works.
Pretty sure that's out of range.
as you're
Like
as you're
really
sitting there doing this,
concentrating on
as
it.
you're sitting there doing this, Cassandra's just like,
No, I'm letting everyone know the town guard's gonna set up the perimeter.
I'm gonna think to Dove, because I can't hear it at all. What's taking so long? Hurry up!
Do I hear that? Okay.
takes you probably about a good 4 or 5 minutes for you guys to catch up. Brazil, that's enough.
So dramatic.
Hey, babe.
You had pepper all
Please.
night.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying to break that habit.
She's not gonna break that habit.
I know.
Well, not out there like it was last week. Oh.
Until she passes out and starts snoring.
But when they catch up, I want to look at them and be like, sorry, we left without you. Our de facto leader decided we didn't need to sit and have breakfast.
She looks at you and
Magic pistol man.
Coco with you?
She's always with
Okay, let me
me.
see. Did Coco have breakfast?
Coco's still back in the fucking thing sleeping and eating.
Coco doesn't have to eat breakfast.
I brought an
Got
apple
a
for
hard
him.
one for getting an early start.
Ask him if he-
And I'm gonna ask Coco if he would like an apple for breakfast.
Coco kind of looks at it.
Go ahead. I ain't stopping you.
Takes a bite out of it. Hands it back.
Does it
Thanks,
taste
buddy.
like ash? Or maybe another phrase of ash.
I'm gonna be like, okay, and then I'm gonna eat the rest of it.
Alright.
Tastes like an apple to me.
You go and pick up your hammer from the shopkeep. He sits there and he's just like, next time, bring me something a little bit more challenging.
Well, maybe next time I'll just bring the hammer back and we can do something else with it.
True. Very well.
While
He
we're
hands you
here.
your hammer.
Do you have anything in a breastplate?
Breastplate?
Yes.
Probably do.
Maybe something with a little bit of enhanced protection to it. Basically, in game terms, and asking for like a breastplate at least plus one.
Just for like cool flavor purposes, when I pick the hammer up, like Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat, like you can see ice kind of like form up his arm.
Oh, that's cool.
Can you flex and like the ice like crack off your
Yeah.
arms? Cool.
And then it like fills back up.
You guys think we should go take another bath before we do this? All private baths.
Bailey might get mad at us.
Really help.
Haley's just like over there, like tapping her foot. People buried in the ground.
I only got the one temporary hit point. That's probably gone.
He
by
sits
now.
there and he goes, I might have something. And he turns around and goes back. Let's see. Just wanted to check on that. Let's see. What does he have?
How mad do you think he'd get if I tried to ram shield out on his door?
Say it again.
If I tried to ram shield out on his door.
You see which one's better, that or Molotov. I'm blowing all the doors around here.
And the whole time he's looking to find something, I'm just sitting there going, looking at her and just eating my peppers.
Just like with my husk of bread filled with stuff. Just
Squeezing my broth bag.
I'm gonna see if we can get somebody to stick their tongue onto the mallet.
Find this little kid class.
Yeah.
Double do it.
Okay. He does pull out this armor. This armor looks like regular plate mail, or regular breastplate armor, except for the corner, it's starting to look like stone. As if the metal is actually transmuting into stone the rest of the way around on the other side, and it's got cracks that run all the way through the plate. He comes back and he goes, "Well, I do have this. This is the armor of the stone set. It is a +1 breastplate. While wearing this armor, you only need to eat half as often and sleep half as much, as otherwise."
so funny.
Aren't you glad we stopped?
She's like, so like.
By wearing this armor, if you sit still for 10 minutes, you enter a trance-like state where you become easily overlooked and get a +5 to insight, investigation, and perception checks while you're in that state. The effect is broken if you move or you make a noise.
How much is this wonderful item?
This item is 550 gold. And of course, it does need to be attuned. And there are no take-backsies.
I don't have the money.
You do have unit funds.
You should have like 900 and 800 gold. Yeah.
He's used gold.
Have they? Oh.
I got the 25 platinum and 264, I think, gold.
How much is it?
Did you spend the stuff that? Because we gave you Gary's gold. You should have like 400 before all that.
I don't think he wrote that down.
Oh, okay.
How much do you need?
I've got like 500 gold.
Well, he just needs 50.
I've got all kinds of cool stuff I can trade. I have a hand axe.
Always here.
We have a bunch of magical items that we were gonna get rid of.
I can literally, here,
Always here.
50 gold.
Okay.
And he hands it to you. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, keep you safer than the last person that wore it.
You should prestidigitate it before you put it on.
Caveat emptor.
And as I said, all sales are final. No take-backsies.
You said it had like rocks and stuff on it?
Cool. Well, it's not rocks on it. It's literally like the metal is changing into rock.
Rock hardwood.
Do you smell what the rock hardwood is?
You gotta raise your eyebrow.
Take off your elbow. Oh fuck! What are they called? What am I having?
Elbow pad.
Elbow pad. Thank you.
Pardon the
Was it the people's elbow?
Hardest elbow ever.
That's one of the.
I mean, it does make you look like the hardest wizard ever.
One thing I like about Peacock is going back and watching all like the '90s and wrestling and stuff I watched growing up.
I've been watching Psych.
Oh, I love Psych. The new movie just came out too.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
I haven't watched it yet either.
I haven't. Brazil.
That was the funniest like Like the one chick wanted to leave to do her own show, so they cut the last season short, and then her show only lasted like an episode or two.
Yeah,
Like, you idiot.
they killed the show because of that.
I could have been fine without her character being in it. Like, she wasn't that important. It was all just Sean and Gus. That's all I cared about.
Well, I mean, Sean was gonna marry her.
Well, they could have had her, like, she didn't have to be, like in every episode like she had been. She could have just been like, oh yeah, Juliet's off doing...
Well, they tried, remember? Because
Yeah.
she was gonna take that
Yeah.
job in L.A. And
They
then
had
brought
Monk.
back.
They did like a little crossover with Monk there at the very last episode too. That was pretty funny. That's a movie they should do, is Monk and
Alright,
Psych
so
crossover.
you do need to attune to it to get all the benefits of the... So right now it's just a regular brick plate. Once you attune to it, then you'll have all the added effects. As well as the...
So how long does it take to tune to it?
It takes about an hour.
That's about as long as it takes to take a bath.
So you could attune to it while you're heading to the thing, because you guys aren't going to be doing anything other than walking. And I'll allow you to attune to it while you're doing that.
They're doing that.
Okay. Alright. So, you have your hammer, you have your armor. You guys are walking towards the temple, not the excavation site, which is where they were quarantining everything off. As you guys get about halfway through town, Owen kind of stops one of you and is like,
Oh, that's a good point.
Lead the way.
and is pointing. And she turns around, and now you guys are turning from the temple, going towards the excavation
I want
site.
to like look back and just.
I mean, didn't we already see everything there? We were already there as
We
it
didn't-
happened.
We didn't go to the temple.
No, the excavation.
No, this is separate. We were at the docks.
Oh, okay.
The excavation site was the specific location that the guild master said they sent other guild members that didn't come back.
Yeah.
And supposedly the first green cloud showed up after they started to excavate the temple.
Yeah.
Just burn it down.
Alright. While you guys are walking towards there, Hadwin, you do get attuned to
Gonna go full Norwegian death metal band and burn down the churches.
armor. As you do, you feel your joints
Okay with that.
kind of start to stiffen up just a little bit as you're wearing it. Almost like you got stone in your joints.
I'll use holy fire.
As you do, you have a -1 to your dexterity now,
Okay.
as it is also a cursed item. No take backsies.
Iron Maiden has that song Holy Smoke about TV preachers.
Creepy creatures?
The TV preachers.
Oh.
Saving your soul by taking your money. Flies around shit, bees around honey.
Miracle Man.
The wackiest fucking music video ever. They're like in a field of flowers or whatever singing, and they did it to fulfill a contract they had for music videos for that album or something.
Dude, I'm really digging these new controls that they put on freaking Roll20.
That's the
Yeah, it's a little more user friendly.
I bought that's the first record I bought for the new record player I got was Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden.
Oh, there you go.
That's my probably favorite album ever, but definitely favorite Iron Maiden.
I had a friend that was really big on records, so we'd go to the record store, and I remember one day, and like, he's really into like metal and everything. I remember he was like, "I'm gonna get the Taylor Swift album. That's on vinyl, the new one," and I was like, "What?" He's like, "You don't mess with T Swift." I was like, I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just very confused.
I had a bigger, not like huge, but okay size, and then my record player broke that I had, so I'd sold them all because I didn't ever plan on getting a record player. But they have these cheap like beginner record players now. I'm like, well, I'll get one of those. It's not like $40. And I had a couple records that I had like. I happened to be at Goodwill one day, and they had
-1 or -2.
John Cougar Mellencamp record that I grabbed that has Crumbling Down, Pink Houses,
it's not like
and
so detrimental.
I bought Authority, and then I bought Blondie Parallel Lines because that has Heart of Glass, One Way or Another, and Hanging on the Telephone on it. And I bought Rick Springfield, Working Class Dog just because it has Jesse's Girl on it.
Crap, I don't know if I
It's the only good song
Yeah.
on the whole record.
do. I have a.
But usually you can't ever find good ones that Goodwill. It's always like
Old
religious records or like Christmas albums. And
A lot of the bands I follow now are like pressing vinyls like as part of their regular release. Like I've gotten quite a
it's
few.
coming back out now. I was a little bummed. I was because I got that Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden. I paid like it was like $35 or something. It's gonna be here next week, but I wanted to get the Death Clock albums too because they released them on vinyl, but they're like because they were very limited release. They're like $150 each right now. So eventually I'll grab it, but that didn't. Not first. And then like the real like snobby like vinyl guys, they'll be like, oh, that's a remaster or a reissue. It doesn't sound as good as yours. I'm like, yeah, but the original costs $100, so I can get the reissue for $20. Like it's not that big of a difference.
It doesn't really matter when I don't have any good speakers. So
Yeah, that's
mine
exactly.
Anyway, so it's
And even if I do get speakers for the one I got now, they're gonna be just cheap. I'm not gonna spend a bunch of money on them. So then it sounds okay. Like even the built-in speakers don't sound too bad. But I got a new stylus, the diamond tip one, and then I got one of the turntable mats. So it helps with the
I only
balance.
have like maybe 10 records right now.
I had about before I sold them, I had like 30 or 40, I think. But
All right. So as you guys are moving through the area, you guys get to what looks to be up past Smoke Knot, up into this area right here. As you do get behind the houses or the buildings that are there, you can see it's almost like a lush forest inside there. Has like a little stream that runs through. As you guys start to walk back in there, you can definitely tell that the city was built, and they kind of tried to keep some of the green for everyone to kind of enjoy a little bit of nature while they were living in the city as well. Especially these bigger parts like Smoke Knot. Even Northtown has some areas that are like park-like areas. As you guys are walking through the foliage, you have a lot of the big trees, but they're not like blocking out a lot of the sunlight. There's a lot of lush green foliage on the ground, kind of like if you were to walk into a rainforest, but the open areas where you have those like green plants that are growing, kind of have like little ferns and stuff like that around the area. As you guys are walking, it takes you probably about 15-20 minutes as you get in there, and then you find a little trail that kind of leads right along the water. Little river that they have, a creek almost. You can see what look to be like small fish in there, some crawfish. The mosquitoes and bugs aren't too bad, as it is still morning. But as you guys get deeper, probably about almost the center of the area, I would say, you guys find a area that's in ruins and looks like this.
Just like me. Just kidding.
that meme with the vending machine that says, "Was it I look broken but I still work" or something?
Old and busted.
That's what you see. You see a giant statue in the center. What looks to be like pillars. The area around doesn't have a roof. The water runs through the area. You have what look to be like almost like coffins here. There's a big altar back here. There's what looks to be like a raised platform area here, and you can see what like broken pieces of wood and chair. There's also another statue over here that's covered in like vines and shrubbery.
Any knights around?
As we start to move into it, I'm gonna look at Slade and be like, detect magic?
Okay,
I'll detect thoughts.
sure.
We'll just
Not
be.
that long.
And just out of
Detecting
character,
buddies.
the stairs here.
You
These
call
ones
us
right
the
here.
detectives.
I can't tell. Are they going up or down? They're down. Okay. And then the other side's broken, right? That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
Right there.
Is that like a low wall that we're standing in front of? Are we able to just walk right over that, or?
No, it's probably from where you guys are. It's probably just about above your head. If you were to like have someone lift you, you could see over top of it as part of the walls are crumbling.
Do you want me to lift you?
I can jump off. I can inspect the stone just fine.
Kind of your thing.
No.
Oh my gosh, Owen's little thing is so cute.
About here.
What's that?
Owen's little token person is
Oh
so
yeah,
cute.
so here's what Owen looks like.
So cute.
She's adorable.
I got so close with that on Hero Forge. The only thing they didn't have was like a garland for her hair. Though they had one, but it was like huge.
Yeah, like some of their stuff is just so big.
They need to make it so you can like change the sizes for things.
Yeah, because like I
As
know they're
Owen-
expecting
as
it to
Owen,
be
comes
printed.
into the area, she kind of walks up to the big statue, and she kind of like looks at it, and she puts her hand on it, kind of like bows her head for a moment as she's sitting there touching the statue. You have detect magic up. You do detect some magic on the stairs leading up to the platform.
On the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I use detect thoughts.
There's no thoughts going on.
I want to just take a look at all the stonework in general and see if I can get a general idea of who may have made it or how old it is.
So the stonework itself is pretty well crafted. It's not dwarven crafted, of course, as it would have withstood the test of time, in your opinion.
Always.
But it probably was human crafted, from what you can tell. The statues, though, almost like the statue or the carving that you saw on the mountain. The main one right there, and even the smaller one off to the corner that's covered in vines, exquisitely crafted. Almost to the point that it pains you to say someone other than dwarf created such an amazing sculpture.
What kind of vibe am I getting off of that magic that I'm detecting?
Vibe check.
Vibe check.
So the vibe you're getting is that it's neither bad nor good.
I would say that's neutral.
Seems okay.
Is
I'm
it
sure
like
nothing here is okay, but
is it like on the steps or is it
yeah, how high do those steps go?
There's only 2 levels, so they're probably about 5 feet till the next raise, and they're probably only like regular step height. They're not,
So if I walk like the perimeter of that semicircle, staying like 5 or 10 feet away from it, and am I sensing magic all the way around that step?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll throw a ball bearing on it.
As you throw a ball bearing on it, nothing happens.
So does it look like the temple came first or the stream came first?
Go ahead and make me a investigation check. Actually, no, make me an insight.
Hard one. Hard one. Sorry.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
You wanna
Scratch my nose.
send Coco to those steps?
Going to be a 23.
23. From as far as you can tell, it looks like the stream was actually created first.
That's odd.
Whereabouts?
The whole step. It's glowing with some neutral magic.
Like here?
This whole
The
semicircle.
big steps of here.
It's all these steps right here.
Do we have a cocoa counter yet?
No, I have not. Give me 1 second, I can make one.
I'd like to just when we get back here, I'm gonna go check out those coffins.
Oh, thank you.
So has anyone ever been to a temple that had a stream running through it?
But I have not been to many temples.
My people worship fire as like.
Pretty sure you didn't deal with streams in the fire temples.
Mostly streams of molten metal for me. So no.
Streams of molten metal.
Yeah, but you would have put those into the temple. Apparently they built this temple around these streams.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either, but it's intriguing.
All right, there is
I don't know
Coco.
many people who put a
Cool, big as shit.
Oh,
King
how
Kong.
cute! Can I do a history check on the temple?
Sure.
I'll send you one of
God!
There's been a lot of fours rolled
Christ.
tonight.
I got a 11.
As you try and think about it, there's not a whole lot you can think of that would be history-wise as to why there would be a temple built around streams. You wanted to look at the coffins?
Yeah, I just want to kind of see if there's any markings on them that might give me an idea who or what kind of person is buried there or who is buried there.
So the coffins themselves look like almost like royalty in a sense. They are have a stone carving on the top of them of a person. One holding a sword, another one holding a shield, and the last one looks like has 2 daggers.
sort of religion possibly.
But it looks interesting in the sense that one of the daggers looks like it's actually missing.
It's missing.
Yeah. Like you can see where it looks like he was holding something, and the way the groove is, it's small enough to be a dagger.
You're pulling out a dagger right now?
It's up dark.
The missing one.
I need to see. I don't know if I have a dagger.
I do. I have a spare one.
Better religion check.
Yeah, go ahead.
I wanna ask if anybody has a spare dagger. That I can
There you
borrow.
go.
Scissor me.
16.
Does that mean you want 2? As I like pull out some I have just like
You need
put
2
it
or
on?
just
As you
one?
kind of
Just
look
one.
at the statue,
Ollie's up to his ears and
you
daggers.
feel like
No, I only have 2.
I love that. I
it's a
love that.
religion that's
That's so funny.
a past religion.
And the way he catches it too, like
Hands look to the camera.
This place sold.
so I'll catch or try to catch the dagger that Holly tossed to me,
Yeah, you
and
catch the dagger.
I'm gonna try to slip it into the blank spot.
As you go there and try and slip it in, the pommel and stuff doesn't fit. It's too big. And it looks like even when you lay down the blade in there, it's not the same type of blade. It almost looks like it's a stone. Like looks like.
So it should match the other dagger.
Mhm.
Is there? If I look around on the ground, do I see anything like it's broken on the ground nearby, or
No. But the other dagger, you grew up in the mountains, right? So you have a pretty good idea of what stone looks like. From the looking of this other dagger that's in the stonework, you can tell it almost looks like it's almost like glass of some sort. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna toss the dagger back to Holly. I'm good.
Okay.
As
you guys are standing there and actually looking around, Coco messing around on the stairs, nothing seems to happen other than when he steps on the stairs, it kind of lights up a little bit, like almost as if a light is emanating from the bottom of it, but nothing other than that.
Does it change stones or just wherever he's
No,
stepping?
as he steps on one, the whole thing kind of lights up a little bit.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh
Smooth
no.
criminal.
Giant game assignment
But-
says.
Also, while you guys are standing there and investigating,
Billie Jean.
you do start to smell an all but familiar smell.
Does it smell like monkey
Cocoa.
fur burning?
Is it the green smoke again?
No.
Is it the guy from the other
It
mountain?
smells like
Opium?
Prawns.
it smells like decay.
Oh.
Gary.
Gary.
Meat pocket.
For some of you, it's a nostalgic smell. For for others, it's a nauseating smell. As it kind of comes out, as that smell kind of wafts through the area, you see Owen. She draws her longsword automatically. You can see her grab her symbol, and she emanates this little glow for a second, and you just see her eyes kind of harden as she starts to walk towards the stairs.
I'm gonna. So you said we recognized it, right? Mm-hmm. So if I recognized it and it's something that I would find that threatening, I'm gonna draw my hammer and
Okay.
start
You have
head,
control of Coco Bells.
start heading following Ohm, but like doing my getting ready to start to rage, like hyping myself up and letting that adrenaline out.
Alright. And it is 8 o'clock. So, we should probably call it for the night. And then pick up, because we start going into the dungeon. It won't be a while.
Did you?
I
Sorry,
have
did you
I have
describe
probably
the?
about 2 hours worth of dungeon crawl for you guys.
Oh dang. Heard that.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you describe what that statue was? I think I was like writing stuff down, but I didn't.
I didn't actually describe it. I just described that it was beautifully crafted and that it pained Holly because he didn't actually ask
I'll remember.
No,
that.
I was just more or less trying to figure out who
Yeah.
builds a building with streams.
Yeah.
It's an ancient, no longer commonly practiced religion.
So, I appreciate you guys all coming out to